One of the best ways to break into the field of cybersecurity is to land your first job in a Security Operations Center, also known as a SOC. If you land a job there, you will begin as a SOC analyst. And although it is generally an entry-level InfoSec job, that doesn't mean it's not important. Matter of fact, being a SOC analyst is one of the most important roles an organization can have because you are quite literally on the front lines defending against various cyber threats and threat actors. This can be everything from a random script kiddie on the internet to APTs or advanced persistent threat groups powered by nation-state actors seeking to target critical infrastructure and steal secrets from your country. So as a SOC analyst, you generally have one pane of glass. And on this one pane of glass, or this one software that you are looking at, you might get hundreds, sometimes even thousands of alerts each day. Your goal is to comb through the alerts and identify the true positives from the false positives. If you make the wrong move, if you overlook a true positive, well, that might just spell ransomware or even worse for the organization that you are defending. So when it comes to staffing a SOC, organizations need highly trained individuals who know how to wade through the alerts, who have solid fundamentals, and who are able to really wear that superhero outfit and defend the organization from real threat actors out in the wild. Well, I'm happy to share with you that TryHackMe has released their first certification, the SAL1 or SAL1, and it's designed for this purpose, to give you hands-on SOC experience that you can use in the real world in the industry. And in this video, I want to tell you all about this certification and the little bit of experience that I have with it. Now, I do want to be clear. This actually is not a sponsored video. Now, TryHackMe did reach out to me and said, hey Tyler, we would love to sponsor a video on your channel. And although I love TryHackMe and I even kind of volunteer my time with them as a room tester, I told them I appreciate it, but I don't do sponsored videos for a purpose. When you do a sponsored video for an organization, kind of to show you behind the curtain, they determine often what you can and cannot say. And so I don't do sponsored videos because I want all of the content that I make to be real. I want to be able to ask the hard questions and point out the things that are areas of improvement for whatever organization I'm talking about. So I told TryHackMe, look, I don't want you to pay me. I don't want to make a sponsored video, but I'll do one for free. And I'll give you my honest feedback and my honest thoughts on this. And in addition, I asked TryHackMe, look, how about instead of sponsoring my video, you give me 2 vouchers to give away. So stay to the end of the video and I'll tell you how you can win a free voucher to try out the certification on your own. But let's go ahead and dive into the certification. We're going to compare it to some of the competitors and we're going to look at some job listings for SOC roles to see if this really does prepare you for working in the SOC. Let's go ahead and dive in. So here we are on the landing page, the defensive certification that gets you hired. Stand out with the Security Analyst Level 1, which seems to imply there's going to be more than one. I'm hoping TryHackMe will release more and more certs, both blue team and red team, but this is the first official TryHackMe cert. It's entry level. And here's what this means. If you are brand new to the field of cyber, you can earn this cert. We're going to go through some of the training that TryHackMe provides in their learning paths, but the learning path is solid. So even if you are entering into this with no knowledge, very little knowledge about cyber and the SOC world in general, you can do this and I will show you how. But it's a hands-on analyst certification, so you're not just doing questions. Now, other certs have you just do multiple choice questions. I have some of those certs. So through CompTIA, I have the Security Plus cert and the CYSA cert. Now, the CYSA would probably be an alternative in some ways to this one. The CYSA is a Cybersecurity Analyst cert, and I have that one through CompTIA. I'm grateful I have it, but it doesn't prepare you for the real world, at least from my humble opinion, because it's just multiple choice questions. You're not getting hands-on action. Of course, there's some performance-based questions in the beginning, but it's nothing compared to working in a real SOC or working for a real organization. This certification is different. The other cool thing about this is TryHackMe did not do this just on their own. They developed this alongside some leading partners, so Accenture, if I'm saying that right, and Salesforce, which we've all heard of those organizations. TryHackMe sat down with them and said, hey, what are you guys missing in your SOC? As you are hiring people, what skills are lacking? What skills do they have? How can we prepare a certification that gets people ready to work in your SOC and work in SOCs all around the world? Now, why get it? Well, of course, it's to stand out. We're going to look at some of these entry-level jobs and see how you can stand out by that. But I want to jump down here. This is the thing I'm really excited about this certification is that you have a simulated SOC environment. Now, when you look at this, it's going to look overwhelming. And that's on purpose. There's actually a SOC simulator that you can do right now on TryHackMe, and you'll notice the alerts just keep on coming in, and they can be overwhelming as they're coming in, but that is on purpose because that's very much like the real world. You have all these alerts coming in, you have to identify the true positives, and you have to triage them in order to defend the organization, and you have to actually do that for the exam. You're not just answering questions, you're getting hands-on with the closest thing to an actual SOC experience to see what it's like to actually work in the SOC. Now you can see the different people that recognize the certification. Now this is the first day that it's launching, but the reason TryHackMe can say it's industry recognized is TryHackMe did not do this once again on their own. They worked with all of these leading organizations, doing numerous studies and interviews and meeting with them, figuring out what works well, what do you guys need. So when you get the certification, it will be recognized by some of the top players in the world of information security. Now this includes everything you need to learn it. If you've done the TryHackMe labs, you know what these labs are like. We'll dive into those in a little more detail, but let me first talk about what the exam actually looks like. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. And here is the frequently asked questions. So what is the examination process? Let me zoom in here for you so you can see this okay. And here we go. We have 3 different parts of the exam, and you have 24 hours to do this. So once you start the exam, you have 24 hours to complete all 3 parts. But number 1, the exam consists of 3 sections. Okay, so this is key, and this is what I think sets it apart from so many other certifications in the industry today. You do have multiple choice questions. And I asked about this, like, why do we have multiple choice questions? And TryHackMe said, look, we talked to organizations. They said we need candidates who have a solid baseline of information security and cyber defense. So multiple choice exams aren't bad. They're actually good, but they should be done alongside of a hands-on component. So you have 80 multiple choice questions and you have a 1-hour time limit. You then have a SOC simulator scenario. That's where you're going to have a SOC pulled up. You're going to have all the alerts going on your screen, and you need to identify the true positives and triage them and write reports for them. That's a 2-hour time limit. And a second SOC simulator scenario, another 2-hour time limit. So 4 hours of working in a SOC, identifying true positives and triaging those positives, giving you very real world experience of what it's going to be like to work in a SOC when you land that role as a SOC analyst. And once you begin, you have 24 hours window to complete the entire exam. As you can see, the exam does not take 24 hours, so it gives you a lot of flexibility. You can do maybe the 80 multiple choice question, take a break, do the first SOC, take a break, and do the second SOC and take a break. Each section has its own timer, starts counting down as soon as you begin that section. But once again, you can take breaks in between sections, giving you the freedom of, hey, you have a life. You have responsibilities. Sign up for 24 hours that is mostly free, but you don't have to sit in front of your computer for 24 hours. You can take breaks and step away. The total exam is 6 hours in that 24-hour window, etc., etc. Now, you can read through these frequently asked questions if you want. There's a few I want to point out to you. One is a cert does need to be renewed. Now, those of you who know me, you know that I'm never a fan of certs that need to be renewed, but I do understand this from the perspective of TryHackMe. So here's what they say. The cert is valid for 3 years and will need to be renewed. Cybersecurity is constantly evolving, and expiring certs ensure your knowledge stays current with the latest threats, technologies, and best practices. Let me tell you an organization that also requires renewals, but they don't even plan on fully updating the exam, and that is OffSec. OffSec also has a cybersecurity kind of defender analyst. I think it's actually a threat hunter certification. It's their threat hunter one, and it needs to be renewed every 3 years. And I asked OffSec when they were doing a Q&A on Discord, okay, you have to renew it every 3 years. Do you guarantee the exam or the study material is going to be updated to match the latest trends? And they told me, no, we'll make updates when we can, but it's not guaranteed to be updated. And from my perspective is, yo, if you're requiring a cert renewal, you need to update the material. You're just wasting my money at that point in time. But here's what I know about TryHackMe. They are always releasing new content. So you can know that in 3 years when it expires, or however the renewal process is going to work, there's actually new things TryHackMe is adding to their platform, always on the cutting edge of things, at least from my experience. And here's the cool thing. You can renew a few different ways. You can renew by taking a recertification exam, earning other TryHackMe certifications, which are coming soon. I'm hoping we have some red team stuff coming soon to TryHackMe. That'll be a lot of fun, or continuously learning on the platform. Now, I don't know if they have announced how this is going to work, but I'm guessing as you complete different rooms and modules, it will add to those credits, and you can use that to renew the certification. So in other words, just play TryHackMe like you've been doing, and that will eventually renew your certification, which I think is awesome. Here's this. How do we handle cheating? Well, they're going to figure out if you cheated. I'm not going to go through all of these details, but here's what I'm going to say. Don't cheat. Don't be dumb. If you cheat, you will get caught. And that goes for every certification, every exam out there. When you cheat, this is a little bit cheesy, but you're only cheating yourself. But this is the new certification. Now let's jump up and look at the prices of what this all covers. So we have a few different certifications being compared here, and I'll just give you my honest thoughts on this right now. First, we have the SAL1 by TryHackMe. You can see that is the most affordable certification on the list and one of the most entry level on the list, which is always a good thing to dive into. So job ready SOC experience, yes, I fully agree on that. At least the little bit that I've done on the SOC simulator, it is overwhelming, but that's a good thing, and it feels like a job. So I can say, yes, it is job ready SOC experience. Is TryHackMe trusted by millions? Absolutely. I think the last I checked, TryHackMe has like 4 million users, and almost everybody knows the name of TryHackMe. So I think as the certification releases, it's going to be even more well known, and you're going to start seeing the certification in job postings. And is it entry level? It absolutely is entry level. Like I said before, if you're brand new to the world of cyber, you will be able to do the certification if you put in the time and you start studying for it today. Let's talk about the CYSA. Now, this is a certification through CompTIA, which I have. So I feel like I can speak on this with confidence because I've earned the certification myself. Does it give you job ready SOC experience? It does not. It is mainly multiple choice, which I've already talked about, with a few performance-based questions on there, but nothing like TryHackMe SOC Simulator. Is it trusted by millions? Absolutely. I mean, it's a CompTIA exam, and it's also recognized by the Department of Defense. So CompTIA has that to their name, which is great for them. Is it entry level? TryHackMe says it isn't, but honestly, I would say it is. The reason TryHackMe is probably saying it's not is because CompTIA says it is not. I think they recommend certain years of experience before taking the CYSA Plus, but I'll be honest with you, I did not find the exam that difficult, and the exam itself I think is entry level, even if CompTIA doesn't advertise it as entry level. We have the Blue Team Level 1 certification. Now, I've never taken this cert, so to be honest, I can't say much on this cert, so I'm just going to skip by that one. I know I've heard some good things about it, but like I said, no personal experience. I don't feel like I'm qualified to speak on it. And now we have the CDSA by HackTheBox, another cert that I have not taken, but here's what I can say. HackTheBox Academy's training is top notch. I've gone through all of their pen tester path, their bug bounty path. I'm going through their senior web pen tester path. I haven't done their blue team path though. I think I've done a few modules here and there, but haven't gone through the entire path. But this is the certification at the end of the path. You can see it's a little more expensive than TryHackMe, and it's also trusted by millions. As far as I know, there is no SOC simulator. The CDSA is more focused on incident response, looking into different things, analyzing things, which is super helpful. But as far as I know, and someone can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, there is no simulated SOC where you're actually looking at alerts and triaging alerts as part of the path. And also entry level. Now, HackTheBox would probably say the CDSA is entry level, but let's be real. HackTheBox's ratings can be a little bit odd or a little bit off. So although they may say it's entry level, I agree with TryHackMe. I don't think the CDSA is entry level. I don't think any HackTheBox certification is entry level. You're going to learn a lot through it, but if you dive into the CDSA as your first certification, you're going to be overwhelmed and you might just walk away from the industry completely. So truly, I'm not just saying this because TryHackMe asked me to make the video. I really do think one of the first certs you should pursue, especially in the blue team side of things, is the SAL1, because it's entry level, because it's trusted by millions, because you get that real SOC experience, but also because it is the most affordable. And like I said, stay tuned to the end. I'll tell you how you might be able to win a voucher to go through this exam. Let's go ahead and look at the training that this offers us. Then we'll look at some job postings honestly and see, like, does the training actually prepare you? So if you want to go ahead and do the SAL certification, if we scroll up, you can see all of the training that we end up doing. If I can find the right link to click, we'll click Get Started right here. And I'm not going to start the exam, but what we're going to do is recommended learning. And on recommended learning, you can see right here everything that we need to do. Now, you don't have to do this. If you're already experienced in the field, you can just dive into the certification, which is another thing I really like about this. Hack the Box, on the other hand, you have to do the entire learning path before you can sit for the exam. On TryHackMe, you can just sit for the exam, or you can also do the learning path. But here's everything it covers. You have the Cybersecurity 101 path, really good stuff there. We have pre-security, and we have SOC level 1. Now you can see I haven't completed these paths myself. I've done some of the more advanced paths, but one idea I've been kind of chewing on is doing some streams that I call SAL1 study streams. And we go through each one of these paths together, and I'll go through it, explain everything in a beginner friendly way. So if you're interested in like a SAL1 live stream study, let me know in the comments, and I'll see if I can organize something so I can jump on and work through each one of these paths. And then we have some challenges to practice our skills: investigating with Splunk, benign, and secret recipe, and finally doing the SOC simulator. So here is your learning path. You can dive into it, and TryHackMe is very beginner friendly. So once again, even if you're brand new, begin with Cybersecurity 101, go to pre-security, go to SOC level 1, and you will be able to clear this exam. And hey, I'll be there right alongside of you. My plan and my goal is I want to take this cert myself, but I also want to do the training. Now, I'm pretty confident I could probably just take the cert right now and pass it, but I want to share myself going through the training as a means of helping you also go through the training. So this is the first of probably 2 videos on the SAL1 certification. This is my overall kind of initial first glance on it. I'm planning on taking the certification, and then I'll give you a more formal review of what I thought about the certification and how real world it actually is. But let's go ahead and jump over to some job postings, and let's compare everything we know so far to what we see in the job postings and come to the conclusion whether or not this will actually cover what you need to know for a job. All right, here we are on LinkedIn. I moved myself to the other side of the screen so you can actually see these job postings, but I just searched for SOC analyst, and let's look through a few of these together, and I'll give you my thoughts on whether or not the TryHackMe cert will prepare you for this. So first, we have this remote SOC analyst job, anywhere from $56K to $104K, and it's fully remote, which is amazing. Now, I love remote jobs. My job that I have right now as a pen tester is fully remote. I work from right here in my basement, but just to be upfront with you, a remote job means you're competing with everyone, either in your country or even worldwide. So remote jobs might be a little more difficult to get into as your first job, but hey, anything you can do to stand out will be amazing. So let's look through this job. We don't really care about the company. Let's just see what you actually do. So number 1, conduct comprehensive analysis to identify and categorize threats encompassing phishing, user events, data compliance, and malware outbreaks. Now, I know from doing the SOC simulators that you actually simulate many of these attacks in the SOC simulator. So on that, I would say check, it does prepare you for that. In-depth investigations into large-scale cyber threats and employing a variety of analytical techniques and tools. Yes. Identify and communicate emerging threat patterns. So as part of the SOC simulator, if you've ever done it, you actually have to write up reports. As you're triaging an event or triaging an alert, you have to report on the indicators of compromise and things that you have found, so giving you that ability to communicate. Prepare detailed reports, we just talked about that. Address and resolve service tickets, yes. Engage with customers and prospects. Now, this might be a little more difficult if you've never done it. There's just a whole world of difference between working in a simulated SOC and communicating with real customers. So that's part that you're just gonna have to learn as on-the-job training. I don't think any certification can prepare you for that. And so glancing through this, we have a minimum of 5 years of hands-on experience. Now, I always look at that as a suggestion. Even if you don't meet the 5 years of experience or whatever it looks like for a job, apply anyways. And highlight the certifications you have. Highlight that you have worked in a simulated SOC via TryHackMe. And as this cert catches on, I think we'll begin to see certs like this posted on job descriptions like this. I'm going to glance through here. Pretty decent pay right there. Let's jump over to another one. 5 Rivers IT. This one is on-site. So for those of you in Miami, Florida, I got a job for you right here. So what is this one all doing? So vulnerability assessments, okay, so kind of vulnerability management, interpret scan results, conduct risk assessments. This is more of a cybersecurity analyst, which is what it sounds like, not really a SOC. Now, although if you have SOC experience, you'll be able to get a job like this. A cybersecurity analyst role, you're not generally working in a SOC. You're doing more of what the CDSA through Hack the Box might prep you for. And hey, maybe TryHackMe will come out with a more generic cybersecurity analyst cert in the near future. Let's see if we can find some more SOC roles. So here's one, level 2 or 3. Can I see any more information? No, that doesn't give me much information. These job things aren't great. Let's check this one out. In Sunnyvale, California, Security Operations Center Analyst. Last one we'll look into. We have a few different locations, either Sunnyvale or Seattle, which I've been to Seattle, awesome place. Y'all should check it out. So scroll, you'll be in the front line of defense, which we talked about, right? You are that frontline defender against all types of cyber attacks from various type of threat actors, which is why they need skilled people who know what they are doing in the SOC. You'll be handling triage for all security alerts for globally across all environments, cloud, prod, and corporation. So once again, that simulated SOC and that hands-on SOC stuff for the certification is gonna come in clutch for you. You'll build SOPs. That means, hey, when we find something, this is how we respond to it. You're kind of building a playbook in the way to respond. You'll serve as an incident coordinator during high and critical severity incidents. That means, hey, ransomware is happening. Threat actors are actively attacking. We need to know how to respond to it. And as you grow in your role in the SOC, you might move into that type of leadership role. This one, you're expected to work a weekend shift. That kind of sucks, but part of being a SOC is it's 24/7. So you might have a day shift, a morning shift, a night shift. For some people that would work amazing. For other people, it may not work that great. Often, if you start on the night shift, you can work your way to more of a daytime schedule. We have some basic qualifications here. Everything here is more than covered by the SAL1 Security Analyst Level 1 cert by TryHackMe. It's going to be more than covered by that certification. So now let's talk about how you can win a completely free voucher to try out this cert yourself. So the way you can win a voucher to this cert, I have two that I'm able to give away, is by being part of the Hack Smarter Discord community. Now, if you've never heard of Hack Smarter, it is the community I started, and it's all about helping you go further in your career. In the Hack Smarter community, we offer free career coaching, free resume reviews, free training. Everything is free because I don't believe in paywalls. We have study groups for various certifications. We have a CTF team that anyone can be a part of, and this is where I'm going to be doing the giveaway. So when the certification launches over here on Discord, I'll be dropping an announcement here with information on how you can sign up for the giveaway. Basically, it's going to be a Google form that just asks for your Discord name and email, and I will do a random selection on stream in the next couple of weeks, and I'll randomly choose 2 people, and those 2 people will end up be the winners for the certification voucher, so you can give the certification a shot. But hey, even if you don't win, you get to be part of the coolest community, in my opinion, around for information security. So go ahead and join the Hack Smarter Discord server, and you will see an announcement here all about how you can win one of the 2 free vouchers to give the SAL1 or Security Analyst Level 1 certification a chance on your own to see if you're able to earn it and go through the training. Hey, all that being said, I want to say a huge thank you to TryHackMe for reaching out to me and giving me these 2 vouchers to give away. I really do believe the certification is going to be amazing. It's going to give people good entry-level experience with working in a SOC, and it might just be the pathway for you to break into the field of information security and the field of cybersecurity. Now, if you have any questions about something I said, or if you disagree with something I said, let me know in the comments. Believe it or not, I read every single comment on all of my videos, and I'll do my best to respond there as well. So hey, thank you for watching. I'll see you over in the comments.